Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and there's a lot of news, so I'm going to get going. The first thing, looks like XRP Crypto Wolf has gone pretty active today. So, or in the last few days, that is. Major Russian state-owned bank Sberbank has sought approval from the country's central bank for a blockchain-based financial platform. The bank is still figuring out a so-called Sber coin. I'm assuming that means cyber or I don't know what that means. Token or currency with plans to launch in the spring. And then there was this. And I need to be a little quiet here. U.S. Treasury Secretary said cryptocurrency has potential to improve the efficiency of the financial system. Yellen said she'll work closely with the Federal Reserve and other federal banking and securities regulators to implement a regulatory framework. It almost seems like all the stars are aligning here. Japan, this is all XRP Crypto Wolf. Japan considers XRP to be a cryptocurrency, not a security, and has decided to rally behind XRP. The SEC lawsuit against Ripple isn't impacting XRP's status in Japan, where it has a solid fan base and the backing of the financial services giant SBI. And see, this herein lies the problem, folks, is XRP and Ripple are global, and that's the reason something has to be worked out in the United States. They're not going to miss out on this ride. RizXRP sent me this. This is from James Rule. He posted an interview with Michael Arrington and this Leah Halpern. And there's a pretty interesting clip here where Michael Arrington, who is Brad Garlinghouse's best friend, by the way, Michael Arrington addresses the SEC lawsuit. Listen to what he says.
On that, because that for some came out of the blue. For Brad Garlinghouse, apparently it didn't quite come out of the blue. So what are your thoughts on that? Do you think it's a security? And also, like, how would you define a security for those that don't?
Okay, we're going to try that again. I don't know what happened to the audio there.
So what are your thoughts on that? Do you think it's a security? And also, like, how would you define a security for those that don't know? This is XRP, obviously.
Yeah, you just asked a lot. Okay, so...
Let's start with defining a security. If you can.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so I hate this question, and I'll tell you why. Like, I like answering it, but I hate the question. So I actually was a securities lawyer before I became an entrepreneur. That was back a ways, but I wrote a book about initial public offerings. I know securities law, and whether or not something is a security, even asking that question just plays into the hands of the SEC. They want everybody using their definitions to decide what isn't a security. Look, we buy cryptocurrencies with the hope of making money when they're denominated in dollars. We do that because we don't believe in dollars anymore. Is that a security? Maybe. I don't know. It depends, because it's not just about, is it a security and then the conversation's over.
Well, audio issues going on this morning. Here we go.
Is it a security? And then if it is, which is entirely a legal definition, then the SEC can really put the hurt on you. And so I think it's all securities, in the sense of, like, we're all buying these things because we're trying to get into assets that will protect us from what the dollar is doing. But no, are we looking at the Howey test, a 100-year-old sort of test that is absolutely useless in a modern world? It's ridiculous. And so we also have to look at the fact that there's like 7 other federal organizations that are regulating crypto. And so is it a currency? Is it a commodity? How does the IRS tax it? How does the DOJ and the FBI look at all of this? And it's just a mess. And so what is more interesting than, is this a security? How do we define a security? Is, will the U.S. come up with a coherent regulatory scheme that allows Americans and people who want to do business in America to experiment with new business models and new type of assets to compete on a worldwide basis? And the answer so far is absolutely not. The US is only concerned with how to tax it and how to shut it down. And so we need to fix those two problems from a much higher perspective than, is this a security or not a security? Does that answer the question?
All right, I thought that was interesting. Okay, Stuart XRP sent me this. BIS, this is from Bank XRP. BIS plans platform for testing central bank digital currencies in cross-border payments. The new platform was announced as part of the BIS Innovation Hub's priorities and programs. Now, remember who the BIS is. The BIS is the Bank for International Settlements. It's like the central bank of central banks. Remember the guy that was sitting in front of Brad Garlinghouse in Switzerland when he was in front of all those central bankers? One of the guys was that Augustin Carstens that runs the BIS. But here's another little tie-in. Check this out. RizXRP sent me this. Do you remember when Brad Garlinghouse was on stage with Ross Leckow from the IMF? And remember when they said this?
You want to take one? Go for it. The first one's for you. IMF. Do you see IMF holding crypto assets in the future? I did not put that up there.
Remember, I'm from the legal department. I'm supposed to be very conservative about these things. I don't want to go into great details about
Maybe I should take what the IMF is going to do.
Okay, so that's when Ross was at the IMF, but look where he is now. Here he is, the BIS Senior Advisor, FinTech Strategy and Legal. Okay, a few interesting tweets that came out today. If you can really see what I believe, it looks like the stars aligning for a lot of the people that are on what I would consider to be in the sphere of Ripple, the sphere of influence. Here's one of the tweets. New crypto-friendly government regulatory leaders. SEC Gary Gensler taught a Bitcoin class. We've talked about him a lot. This guy, CFTC Chris Brummer, wrote the book Crypto Assets. OCC Michael Barr is a former Ripple advisor. Look at this guy right here. Does anybody remember this guy? I've seen him a lot over the last few years. But before I go there, I want to show you this. This is from Michelle XRP Vet. Gary Gensler, CFTC Chris Brummer, OCC Michael Barr, U.S. Treasury Janet Yellen is pro-crypto, ECB Christine Lagarde, pro-Ripple, BIS CBDC's cross-border payments, XRP. So you can see all of these things aligning. But look at this one. So then Chris Brummer gets a congratulations from Michelle Bond, who used to work at Ripple. And he gets a congratulations, and this is a congratulations for, apparently he's in the top running to be at the CFTC. He's a Georgetown professor. You may remember him from this interview with Brad Garlinghouse.
You want to use a bridge currency for an international transaction, but you have decided to sort of focus. XRP is.
If this audio goes out on me again, I'm going to scream. Okay, let's hope that we have it this time.
It's interesting because as a bridge currency, it's
okay,
not.
So anyway, this is Chris Brummer. He's interviewing Brad Garlinghouse back in 2019. And it just so happens that right before he interviewed Brad Garlinghouse, he interviewed a guy named Jay Clayton.
When, if they will. Hi, Tim Griffin, avid XRP investor. And you know that Brad's up next, so I'm going to ask this question for him. I think it's a softball. I think it's an easy question, but we'll see. You might slap me later. Will the SEC rule on XRP?
Okay, I've shown that before. I just wanted to show you that. So anyway, just get this feel like all these people are connected, don't you? Okay. Chinu Patel, and I'm talking real quiet because I'm trying not to disturb people. I'll get into that more this week. Chinu Patel is, I think he sent me this. I didn't mean to open that up like that. But anyway, it's James Rule. These are the global figures that are going to be taking part in Davos. So Davos week is this week. And it says, who's at Davos? I went down this list, and it looks like just about everybody, all the heads of state of all the countries, except the United States. I didn't see anybody from the United States on here. I may have missed it, though. But you can see basically everybody that runs all the major countries across the world. Now, I found this tweet to be pretty interesting. Digital asset investor, these kind of accounts have always fascinated me. Once they reach over 2,000 followers, they seem to disappear for some odd reason. Listen to a few of these tweets. Here's one. When I said the crypto technology was made for XRP and the new slavery system, I was not joking. Don't be fooled by the fake lawsuits and events. They are just scenes from the movie New Digital World Order. One currency to rule you all. We are entering a brand new world. We won't recognize it. When the dust settles, changes are coming. We have to wait for negotiations to complete. In life, we cannot be certain about much, but I've never been more certain of XRP becoming the world reserve digital asset. And then this guy says the day XRP is the rockets is the day we enter a new slavery world, a world so mean and corrupt. Remember, they have the power to list your address and in their blacklist and stop you from purchasing, receiving, Now, I wanted to comment on this. So the bottom line is, I believe that any technologies, especially something like this, can be used for good or for evil. Some of the what I would consider bad ways that digital assets could be used is if they used it to impose negative interest rates on you, or used it to push a button and tax you. Where I think all this is going, I think that there are bad guys that would like to use this as a control mechanism. No question about it. I guess in the world, we can always hope that the good guys are using technology for the good. And so that's my hope for XRP and everything else. Then this one says, listen to her when she speaks. She's, and they think he's talking about Christine Lagarde. Anyway, some interesting tweets. XRP Vet sent me this. This is interesting. U.S. military is developing blockchain technology for Internet of Battlefield things. They have looked at Algo XRP XLM. Report was commissioned before the launch of Algorand's permissioned co-chains. Curious at what the future will hold. But here, just wanted to show you this. A number of federated consensus model, such as Stellar, Ripple, and Algorand are proposed. So there you got the U.S. military. Here's the document. They're looking at the use of Stellar and XRP. How about that? CryptoDim sent me this. This is apparently a famous rapper because he's got 5.2 million followers, and his name is Soulja Boy, I guess is how you say it. He says, how do I purchase XRP? And he's showing a screenshot of the Coinbase trading is not supported for this asset. That can't be a bad thing for XRP getting that level of exposure. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that Soulja Boy wants some XRP. And I think they told him in the description to go to Uphold, which is where you can buy it right now. Thanks for watching.